Hello viewers, I hope you're well. Let me start by introducing myself as Erica Mukisa Kimani, aka Mama Maisha or Mami Zion. Well, today I just want to talk about America. Our friends in America, we love you so much. And today I just feel like to talk about what is happening in America. What is happening in America is not something new to people who understand the things of the spirit. America is involving itself so much in the affairs of other nations, especially when it comes to forcing African countries to accept this LGBTQIXYZ agenda. It's getting to a point where African countries are getting tired and of working with America, because they feel their cultures, values, and everything is under attack. That's why we had the African leaders meet Museveni recently, and they were talking about how they can defend our values and customs and what we stand for. It's not fair enough that America has been exploiting African countries by taking their resources like gold and all that. You know, at least we may understand, we may try to understand that it's good to share, but when it comes to attacking people's cultures and values, again, that's now going beyond. So what is going to happen now is Africans are going to decide to make their United States of Africa. And they have started, they've been trying to plan it for a very long time, and the people who have been coming up with those ideas have been killed by America. Especially people like Gaddafi. You see those presidents that came up with that idea were somehow, somewhere killed by America. So now it's getting to a point where all the African leaders will come together and agree and form a United States of Africa. They started with the East African community, where Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and these East African countries came together into agreement. Now it's going to get to a point where all African countries come together as one. And then when that happens, Asia, the Asian countries are also going to unite. And the European countries are also going to unite. And one state will be weaker than the other states, and there will not be peace, because the other states that are okay will want to take advantage of these states that are not okay but have resources. And what will happen? There will be war. And when there is war, they will come up with a leader who will be speaking like he's coming for peace. And that leader will come under the United Nations organization. And that leader will be gay. He will be into this LGBTQ agenda. He will be an antichrist, and he will rule the whole world. He will control the world politically, economically, and socially. And he'll come up with policies that he will say that are going to create peace among everybody in the universe. And those policies will be like one world religion, one world leader, and one currency. And that currency is going to be cashless. And people will be required to register. Everybody would have the chip. They will demand that everyone must have the chip for the sake of peace and security and all that and blah, blah, blah. They'll come up with all reasons. And people will be forced to compromise. You can't access any mall, you can't shop, you can't do anything. And that's where we are heading. If you see it, on the outward, it looks very perfect for Africans to come together, African states to come together and start the United States of Africa. But we are getting to a point where we are winding up and winding up and winding up and winding up and getting closer and closer and closer.
A country that was opposed to our liberation, a country that supported colonial regimes, the apartheid regime in South Africa, the white racist minority regime in Zimbabwe, now Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, the Portuguese colonial governments in Mozambique, in Angola, in Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde, today is coming to Africa to teach us about democracy. A country that has toppled so many governments in Africa, that has led so many coups in Africa and other parts of the world, a country that has killed so many of our leaders in Africa and other parts of the world, the killers of Patrice Lumumba, those who toppled Kwame Nkrumah, those who killed Nasser, those who killed Muammar Gaddafi, today are coming to teach us about democracy. A country that has been built on brutal force, on enslavement of other human beings, on the humiliation of Africans, the exploitation of Africans, the plunder of Africa, today is coming to teach us about democracy. That's the arrogance, the imperialist arrogance, the racist arrogance that we are subjected to. We cannot have democracy where there is hegemony of the strongest, mightiest imperialist power. We cannot have democracy where a country's resources, a country's decisions are dictated to by another country. A country that is dominated by another country cannot be democratic. A country that lacks sovereignty cannot be democratic. A people that cannot decide for themselves cannot be democratic. A colony, a neo-colony cannot be democratic. That's why today, even at the United Nations, membership is on the basis of sovereignty. Only sovereign nations can be members of the United Nations, because only sovereign nations can decide for themselves. A colony cannot be a member of the United Nations. It's not by accident. It's not a mistake. If you have no respect for the dignity of others, if you have no respect for the sovereignty of other countries, you cannot claim to be a champion of democracy. They used to say, all roads lead to Rome. Today we can confidently say, all roads to progress, all roads to what is better for humanity lead to Beijing. This is a country, this is a people that have developed themselves, that has developed itself without colonizing any country in the world, without plundering any country in the world, without subjugating any people in the world. This is a country that is developing with maximum respect for others, for their history, for their cultures, and recognizes the diversity that is there in civilization. We were only taught one form of civilization, one form of modernization. That was the Western way. Westernness was a measure of how civilized, how modern you are. We reject that. We reject it because it's not correct. We reject it because it's undemocratic. We reject it because it's uncivilized to think of the world and of other people in that way. Today they cannot accept the fact that China has caught up with them. China is about to surpass them in many areas of human endeavor. The imperialist arrogance is inhibiting them from accepting that reality. The racist arrogance is inhibiting them from accepting that reality. But the world is changing. The changes we are witnessing today, as President Xi said in Moscow recently, or the other day, they have never been seen in 100 years. They have shaped a world that they themselves today are scared of. And they have shaped a world that is not sustainable. Democracy, human development is not sustainable on the basis of plunder, on the basis of enslavement, on the basis of humiliating other people every day. That is a system we are seeing today, a system that will not survive if plunder is eliminated, if subjugation of other peoples, other nations is eliminated, if inequality in the world is eliminated. That system will disappear. The only system that you can survive and can endure for long is a system that is based on mutual benefit, win-win relationships, mutual respect for others, accommodation and tolerance of others, and fraternal love for all humanity. This is what we find in China today. This is what China's example is showing us. Indeed, all paths are different. There's no path that is the same, even if they are leading to the same destination. Each path has got its own characteristics. We are seeing that, we are learning that, we are experiencing that today with China. There are many things that need to be done.
Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow Sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep Sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them dirt cheap. Okay, so that's the message. It doesn't mean to say that there's nothing Africans can do. Of course there is. This is what it's about. Because if Africa does do something different, I assure you living standards of all those in Europe and North America and Asia is going to fall. Okay? And that is a big price to pay. I assure you that the West is not going to allow that without a big fight. Okay? So the job of many Western academics is to convince Africans they have to keep doing what they're doing. Okay? And to show them it's your fault that you're poor. It's not our fault. It's your fault that you're poor. You know, so this is what we do in academic institutions. We know the basic forces that have caused this underdevelopment. We know it's colonization. We cannot afford to allow Africa to industrialize and start producing manufactures. Okay, so we will do everything to stop that. And I'm going to show you how we actually block that. We had East Asian rapid industrialization processes. So in the earlier period, we had Japan and Korea and Taiwan. Okay, rapid growth, sucking in raw materials from Africa. driving up the prices. After those countries finished industrialization, then sub-Saharan African growth rate again fell. Sub-Saharan Africa is condemned to this role, just the supplier of raw materials, not a manufacturer. The currencies are collapsing of these countries, and many of them are sub-Saharan African countries. After colonization ended, we needed new structures to keep these countries where they were. Okay? And the first of those is aid. Okay, we give them aid. Aid for what? Actually, we give them aid to keep repressive regimes in power. That's all. All the hypocrisy about transparency and democracy and bullshit like that, it's all bullshit. But it would go to country after country offering loans. And if the president did not accept the loan, they were killed. It's just economics. It's economic warfare. The rich declare war on the poor. It happens everywhere. It happens in a country. The rich control the government. Of course they do. You really believe you have democracy? Come on. I mean, go up. Who has all the subsidies and income support? US, Europe. The largest budgets in the world for supporting their farmers are Europe and US. You see, we're keeping them dependent. We're keeping them on a string. This next round of the WTO is designed to block that. To block anyone else getting on top of the ladder.
Due to the Ugandan parliament, they didn't come to discuss with me. We didn't discuss it before. They started on their own. Private members' motion. It's now that I'm coming in. But it's good that you have taken an independent stand, and we have always taken an independent stand. Not only on this issue, but also on other issues. And now, the bill is coming to me. I haven't seen it yet, but when it comes, I will call you, and we shall harmonize and protect our children. There will be no promotion of homosexuality in Uganda.
We've done enough talking, and dare I say we've had enough conferences and workshops. We know what we need to do. It is time just to do it. We've run out of excuses for the state of our continent. We have the manpower. We should have the political will. It is time to make Africa work. We have good reason to be proud of who we are and the beautiful continent that is ours with its vibrant cultures. The geographic space covered by Africa makes it the second largest of the 7 continents. It has 30% of the world's remaining minerals of value. It has some of the most breathtaking scenes on our planet. It has plants and animals that are wonders of the world and critical for the survival of the globe. I hear a lot about the need to change our narrative and tell our own good story. Ladies and gentlemen, as the saying goes, nothing succeeds like success. If we work at it, if we stop being beggars and spend Africa's monies inside the continent, Africa would not need to ask for respect from anyone. We would get the respect we deserve.
These people have been birthing it, and they have been planning it to be reinstated by 2030. So these people you see, the presidents are just staged. They are people who choose the presidents, the leaders all over the world, and those people are the ones that control money, print money. They are the ones who choose which president to rule which nation, whether in Africa, America. In fact, even the American presidents are puppets. They are working for somebody. They are not working for America. So now it's getting there. That's why you're seeing these wars. You're seeing we are in the pregnancy stage. in the pregnancy level of the Antichrist. They are almost birthing it. By 2030, if we do not pray, by 2030, we shall begin to see these things manifesting. African countries uniting, European countries uniting, Asians uniting. So I call upon intercessors to start praying accordingly, and Christians also. This is the time for us to prepare for what is coming. You know, we have to be prepared. We have to be alert and aware so that we are not caught unaware. As you watch these videos, let me know what you think. I love you, but Jesus loves you more. I remain Erica Mukisa Kimani, aka Mama Maisha or Mami Zion. Have you been blessed? Well, click on that notification bell so that every time we upload, you'll be the first one to know about it. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Let us know whatever you think about everything that we post. If you want to support our ministry, I just want to remind you that we don't go into the comment section asking people for money. You can find the information in our description box. And then also, you can visit us on our website, www.lifeisspiritual.org. If you want to support our foundation, we have a foundation where we do charity and take care of the orphans, the widows, and the elderly. If you want to support our foundation, you can visit us on our website, www.worldshare.com, for more information. And then also, you can support through our PayPal account that is running on the screen, SendWave or World Remit through the numbers that are running on the screen. And also, don't forget to get yourself some copies of our books. We have written books entitled Erica Part 1, 7 Years in Hell, Erica Part 2, 18 Years with Lucifer, Erica Part 3, Witchcraft and Spiritual Warfare, Erica Part 4, Death, Hell and Heaven, and The Truth About Money. All our books are available on Amazon Kindle and our website, www.lifeisspiritual.org. Both our websites have our books. You can access them. All our books are available on both our websites. For those of you that are in Kenya and would love to order books, you can contact us on those numbers on the screen. From Uganda, our books are available at Uganda Bookshop, Enjoy Bookshop, and Aristoc Bookshops. If you want to follow us on Facebook, we don't ask for money on platforms and avoid conmen, but our Facebook channels are Life is Spiritual and Erica Mukisa's Testimonies. Erica Belinda's ministry is no longer my page. It's a hacked page. May God bless you. Thank you so much, Mama Maisha.